Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 35. I am leaving home, just left a little bit ago, and I am heading out for the day. Today is Friday, and since I was not in the office on Wednesday or Thursday, I am supposed to be in the office today. So I got up early, though, and I said, let's hit the office, let's get in and out of there, scan our card, so we're in the system, and then try to go make some money. And then the question became, where do we try to go to make some money? And I had a couple different options, and one of the options is the one I would normally do, but there are so many slot hustlers that direction. I would only get to play blackjack one time unless I hit the same casino twice on the way out and on the way back, which I normally would go a different route than that. Or I could go to the area I went to yesterday, or I could go to another area that's kind of further away. And the furthest away one doesn't make sense. It's Valentine's Day. I'm sure my wife's going to make some dinner, and it probably would not be good not to be home for that. So that one is probably out of the question. The one I went to yesterday, also I'm going a different direction than that right now to get to the office, so probably gonna take a little bit longer if I go that direction. I'm gonna waste about an hour and a half driving. So that only leaves one place that I could go, and I'm probably gonna head that direction. Now, first things first, I have to get there. I woke up this morning, get to the car, it is 12 degrees. So I'm like, no big deal, a little bit of frost on the car, I'll get the car warmed up, that'll all be gone, everything is fine. And I start driving down my street, and I go to spray my windshield to get all that little bit of frost out, and the windshield, the fluid is frozen, so okay. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait it out. I just stopped right there. The road is a really small road, no traffic. I pulled over and I just waited for it to clear up, and it wasn't clearing up. So I had some water with me. I thought, well, I'll just throw this water on there and then wipe it real quick, and it'll be fine. So put the water on, I go to wipe it, it's instantly frozen. So now I have the left half of my windshield where I sit to drive is completely frozen with about 1/8 of an inch of ice. So I wait for a minute, and then I decide, well, I'm just going to go. I could see the bottom inch of the windshield, so I'm just going to hunch over and I'm going to drive, and it'll be fine. So now I've been driving for about 10 minutes, and the whole right side of the windshield is clear, and only almost half of my windshield is clear, and it looks like a bunch of water dripping, like a bunch of lines coming down, all frozen like icicles. So wasn't the smartest idea, but what are you going to do? Anyway, the goal today, it looks like it's going to be to check in the office and then head to our first casino of the day, and from there do our team meeting, which I'll have to be very careful because I'm supposed to be in the office during that meeting, and usually we have our cameras on, so I'll have to do that, and then after I finish the meeting, head out for the rest of the day and hope that we can make some decent money today, but who knows what's going to happen. So this is a lower opportunity direction. So right now, I'm going to continue my trip to the office, and then I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. So went into the first casino. This is much later. I've been driving for a while and taking care of a lot of things, but went to the first casino, and I was busy doing some stuff on my phone. Things weren't going great. I was looking things up. I was playing slots. I was doing everything at the same time, and I took one run through, and really it was dead in there, and I didn't see any advantage players in there, and I ended up leaving ahead $88, so can't really complain about $88. And then I had some issues with some online stuff I was working on, and was working real hard on it, trying to get things right, and I finally finished up. It's been an hour and a half, and I made another $150 with that. And it's like when things are time sensitive, sometimes you start freaking out when things don't work. Your internet's not working, you're driving, you're getting a phone call, work is sending you a message at the same time. It's like, get a little flustered sometimes, but made a little bit of money there. And then I had to pull over for my morning meeting, my 10 o'clock meeting, and it was actually pretty short. There may be an incident that I have to document later today. As of right now, there's nothing that I have to worry about. I had an issue last night when I was working at home, and I sent a message to someone, and that was fixed this morning. Took care of all my emails and stuff for this morning, and I'm all caught up. And I am heading to the next casino. I know that was a lot of information in a short period of time, but right now I am about 40 miles away from my next casino, and not looking forward to it, not thinking that I'm going to have too much to do here. I kind of feel like today's going to be a wasted day, but you never know. Hopefully something good comes out of it. We're already up a couple hundred for the day, so that's one positive. I have no clue how I'm doing for the week. Do you? I don't have a clue. It must not be too great because nothing really comes to mind. I think I'm ahead. I don't think I've had any losing days this week, but as to how much I'm ahead, I really don't know. But we're continuing on. The temperature is up nicely. It's 23 degrees outside, and the area I'm in, it's clear skies. Everything is good. So I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like an airplane. Let's see, hold on. That's a car pulling up next to me. An old Honda Accord with a very loud motor. So, but it's sunny, and I'm feeling much better. And I'll come back and let you know what happens. Alright guys, I am back. So, I go into this place, and I knew right away it was not going to be easy. The parking lot was almost completely empty, but there were plenty of slot hustlers walking around, talking to each other, coming over, trying to talk to me, and it was just not going to work out. I actually made 2 small plays the whole time I was in there. I did get some food. I had some, I had like $15 in free food. So I ordered like a double cheeseburger with no bun. And actually it came with fries. I didn't eat the fries though. I should have. If I had known, I would have said no fries. And it was pretty good. It was a nice size. And it was cooked well. It was good. So that at least got something there. And I ended my session ahead $41. So, you know, not a huge amount of money, but plus $41 there. And we're going to move on now. With it being Valentine's Day, I'm a little worried about being too late getting home. But I need to at least make this next stop to have a chance to make some decent money today. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty weak day. So I'm going to try to go place a little bit of blackjack. And then from there, depending on timing, if I get lucky and I'm done in half an hour, 35, 40 minutes, then I may move on to another place that's nearby. Otherwise, I'll probably start heading back toward home. Of course, hitting different casinos, but that way, you know, I can be home at a reasonable hour because my wife is making dinner for everybody tonight. So that's what's going on right now. Temperature's 25 degrees. Roads are busy, but they're dry, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I want to talk to you about something. I don't know if I've ever talked about it before, but I'm somewhat of a historian as far as presidents, vice presidents, first ladies, stuff like that, and even some family members of presidents. So I do a lot of learning, and I try to learn my history well. Those who don't learn from history are destined to repeat it, as they say. And one thing I started doing maybe 5 years ago or 7 years ago, probably a little longer than that even, is collect autographs. And I have, I don't know how many, between presidents, vice presidents, and senators, like important senators that ran for president. I probably have about 10 autographs. I have some First Lady autographs. I have some paperwork from the first Treasurer of the United States. And I just actually, it looks like I'm going to let you know right now. Yep, I just bought I know it's going to sound weird, I've never done this before, a strand. I don't think here that this is fake, but a strand, a lock of hair from Mary Todd Lincoln, and it comes in an envelope, and the original envelope that it was shipped in, with a photograph, which is going to be interesting to see what this photograph looks like when I'm actually holding it, what kind of material it is and stuff. With a photograph of Mary Todd Lincoln that's autographed. So very interesting, and comes with the original envelope that was mailed out by the American Lincoln Association, and the stamps are on it, and it's labeled and everything like that. I can't really see exactly what the date is here. Maybe I can from this view. Well, I can tell you that the stamp that was put on the envelope to send it was a 1-cent stamp, so if that tells you anything. So hopefully this is authentic. I think it is from everything I'm seeing. I have no reason to believe that it's not. But I think this is a pretty cool thing here. I'm interested in this kind of stuff, and I think it's going to be nice to have it. Getting one of Lincoln is probably going to be a lot more expensive, but you know, I may consider that too. So, but anyway, letting you go right now, and I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I am just sitting here at the traffic light, trying to exit this Gazzini, and it's taking forever. This light is, I've never seen it take this long. Here we go. All right, so back on the road again. So, kind of a weird situation here. I wasn't planning on playing double deck, but that's where I ended up. So I'm walking through the blackjack area, and there's this dealer who's very sympathetic to my cause, if you know what I mean. And I'm walking by her table, and I'm thinking I'm not going to play it because double deck, and she's like, I think you should play it. And I'm like, I don't know. The rules are okay, but I'm like, you play like 2 hands, and then you have to shuffle. And I know the score, you know, I don't believe that. But I know the score, they cut it in half, and the rules are mediocre, so it's not really worth it. She's like, oh no, I'll give you more cards. I'm like, huh? Raggy? So, all right, I'll come over. So I sit down, I buy in for 500, and this like gigantic person comes over to the table. It's a pit boss who I know is a very nice person, but she is very tall. And she's nice. I mean, everything's cool. You know, she doesn't know my name. She actually, even though I used to play with the player's card here, and a few people know my name, she knows me by the wrong name, which is interesting because she used to work at a different casino. So everybody there knows my real first name, but she thinks it's something else. So it's like, you know, I just got to be really careful. But I think she finally forgot it because she didn't call me by any name today. She's like, oh, you're still not playing with the guard? I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm like, honestly, I was just going to go to the bathroom, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So I end up sitting down. I'm playing. First shoe goes terribly, down 800 right away. Rebuy for that second 500 to get to that, and then rebuy after that shoe. Now I'm in for 1,500. I actually had to rebuy, I believe it was for a double down hand. I think I had a $200 double down, and I had 200 in front of me. I doubled it down. I won that hand, and then we went sideways for a while. And then it's not very often that ladies play blackjack, and then for it to be a black woman is even more rare. But this real nice lady comes to the table, and she's only got a couple $100. So she sits down, she plays a shoe or two, I think just one shoe. I don't even know if she won or lost. I wasn't really paying attention. And she takes her chips and leaves whatever she had. I have no clue what happened, but I was just worried about myself. She every time we would both win a hand, she'd fist bump me, which wasn't that many times. It was like twice. So anyway, she left, and I kept on playing. And I got to the end of a shoe, and I was ahead 500. I thought this would be a good time for me to get up. I've been here for a minute. The pit boss has come over 3 times, and every single time I was betting table minimum, so that wasn't a big deal. But I know this place is kind of sweaty, so I decided to leave. Well, I pushed my chips to her, and my stacks were wrong or something. It was only 1,900, so I was only up 400, but I wasn't about to play anymore. The pit boss had already come over and all blah blah blah. So anyway, I ended that session. I had 400, and then I did look at a few slots, didn't see anything. I'm walking out, there's a slot, it's like the last machine before the door, and it's got to play. Alright, so I put a 20 in, and I play it through, and I end up ahead like $1.30 or something like that. So I'm getting ready to leave, but after I cash out, I check the other levels. I find another play on there. I play that one through. That one's not much better, but I ended up ahead $14. So plus 14, I believe. Yep, plus 14 on the slots, plus 400 on the blackjack. And just timing wise, I'm getting a little nervous. So we're gonna move on to the next casino. We're gonna skip one casino, which hasn't been great lately anyway, and we're gonna move on to the next one, which I don't think is gonna be much better, but at least it's in the right direction heading toward home. So hopefully we have some decent variance there, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I thought maybe I would spend 20 minutes in there, because there's so many people checking slots in there. And I saw people I would never imagine are checking them. Old ladies, married couples, everything coming around. And it's pretty depressing. It is. I played a couple small plays. I was ahead $33. I noticed they have a new high limit area, and they have a couple good games in there that are beatable. I look around a little bit, don't see anything. Come back out to the main area, and I find a borderline play. It's pretty good. I thought, let me give it a few spins and see what it does. It puts it right in position right away. I sit down, I start playing. I figure it's going to be 15 or 20 minutes. An hour and 10 minutes later, the play is finally over, and I lose like $31. It puts me ahead $2 instead of 33. I play a couple other things. It gets me up, I'm ahead like 47. Play one more, lose a little bit, play one more, and end up ahead $33 again. So plus $33. It's Valentine's Day, by the way, guys. That's one reason why I don't want to be too late getting home. And last night I took one of my boys with me, and we went to buy some flowers. I bought Mom and the girls flowers. I got her, I don't know, 2 or 3, probably 2 dozen roses. Nice big bouquet. And he helped me pick those out. And I got my daughters each a small bouquet. And then for my boys, I got them each a little bamboo plant. So I thought that was pretty cool. They could enjoy that. And we went home. It was a good night, and tonight we'll have, like I said, a nice dinner. if I haven't said that 5 times already. Right now, we are going to move on to another casino. Rush hour traffic is starting, and we're not too far away from our next stop. Let me see if I can see a mile marker here. I can tell you we are 18 miles away from our next stop. We're going to go in there and hopefully find a nice play or two and chip up a little bit, and then we'll probably wrap this up for the day. But I don't know, I probably haven't really conveyed the emotions of the day today, but on my drive, it was a big cluster of high emotions, low emotions, devastation, happiness, everything, for me to make that $150 or whatever dollars that I made. It was actually pretty amazing. I wish I could share it with you. And then the blackjack was kind of not so great. A lot of scrutiny for no reason. And I know I'm on some radars. I mean, like that casino there, I probably lost 3 times in the last 22 months, 21 months. And I just go in there and beat them up, beat them up, and I'm there about I probably average every 6 to 9 days I'm in there. So I try to get in there at different times of the day and stuff, but sometimes you can't help it. I leave at a certain time, I come back at a certain time. So sometimes I do my route backwards, and that puts me there at a different time of day. But and then some craziness with the slots, nothing too impressive. All small plays, all $1 or $2 plays, nothing too big. There are some new machines now that just showed up, but they're all very obvious machines, and I'm probably never going to find a play on those, so that's no good. So anyway, right now we're going to continue on, and I'll be back to update you after this stop. Alright guys, just leaving this place, and as I'm walking through, this place is littered with people waiting for people to get up so they can get their machine, check their machine, play their machine, all that garbage. So it was pretty busy in there. And as I was leaving, they were opening up the what they call the drum for people to put their entries into, like digitally, so whatever. And there's no way I'm not going to stick around for a chance to win $20 or something. So the EV on that might be a little too low for me. Anyway, walked around a little bit and wasn't finding anything. Then I found a couple okay plays. One of them at a little less than $1 and one over $3. And played the first one, and I believe I may have lost about $20 or maybe made 20. It was right around even. And then played the other one and did pretty decent, made about 130, 140, something like that. On that one, played a couple other small plays, $5 here, $5 there. And then I went into the high limit area, and there was a decent play. Machine was empty, the chair was turned around, and I knew somebody was coming back, and I waited for a second off in the distance, and I saw him coming back, and that one was at $4 a spin. And that one was going to be a massive one because there were 2 jackpots that were going to hit soon. Most likely it would have probably been around, I don't know, $1,500 to $1,800. Probably like EV of probably like $600 or something like that. So it was a nice one, and it would have gotten you a lot of points, but it just wasn't available, so couldn't play that. And then found another small play on my way out and played that one and picked up a couple dollars. So, you know, up and down, mostly up actually, but just small. And then on my way out, I passed on a machine that another AP decided to take. As I was leaving it, he came and sat down and started playing it. And I think he actually hit it pretty quickly. He probably made about $10 or $12 on that one. And that was really about it. Why does this guy have his hazard lights on? He's completely stopped in the middle of a 5-lane road. Okay, that seems reasonable, you know. Anyway, right now I'm going to continue my trip toward home, and ended that session ahead $175. And yeah, overall, I would say I'm up around 900, including everything for the day. So that's good. And actually, maybe a little more than that, maybe another like 15 or 20 more than that, including some odds and ends and some credit card stuff that I did. So overall, pretty good day, considering I was supposed to be in the office, and I'm able to get everything done. When I get home, there's a security incident I have to edit, and some other change tickets I have to get fixed and everything will be all set. And then I need to update our ongoing list of government advisories and alerts, which is the stupidest thing that we do doing that. It's on the government website, so why do we need it on our website? It's there forever. Why do we need it? Or just get a I actually have a piece of software at home that'll download the whole website, and you can have it if you want to. I think even like Chrome does it too now. You can make it available offline. So what's the point in us doing all that work? But we'll do what we need to do. It's a small price to pay for that free salary that we're getting. So anyway, we're gonna continue on, and I'll be back with you soon. All right, guys, I am back, just continuing my trip home. And what did you eat today, MW? Well, at the second casino I went to, how many did I go to today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. At the second casino that I went to today, I had a double cheeseburger, and it was nice. It was beefy. It was like a half-pound burger with cheese. Decent toppings, not the best, but it was pretty good. Put some ketchup on the corner, some mustard on the corner, cut it up with a knife, and just dipped it in my ketchup and mustard, and it was all right for what it was. I would give it a 9 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? Well, as you know, I played one session of blackjack, and it was kind of a crazy session with a lot of weird pit boss gawking at me. Although I was only there for like a short time, 35 minutes or so, I did get a lot of looks. And of course, I tipped that dealer $0. It was actually the dealer that I wanted was there for about 2/3 of the time, and then another dealer came for the end of that session. I did not tip there, and then did not tip anyone else. I didn't get any W-2s. I didn't talk to a waitress. Didn't get any drinks. Nothing like that. And so I tipped $0. As I'm continuing my trip home, so many things going through my mind all the time, and I feel like turning on the podcast and explaining a lot of stuff, but alas, I was very busy driving just now, and I forgot a lot of what I was going to talk about. But well, I'll tell you one thing I was going to talk about yesterday that I forgot about, and that is Brad Owen. Brad Owen is a poker player. Obviously, if you don't know, he's a younger guy. He's got the thing about Brad Owen is we're very similar in a lot of ways. A lot of the things that we do, a lot of our actions, a lot of our mannerisms. In fact, I don't let's just say that. And a lot of the things that he was going through in the last few months, I was going through in the last few months, and a lot of the things that he was conveying as far as his feelings when he got beat up pretty bad in a session recently, is like all the stuff that a lot of APs go through, and it hit me kind of hard. Actually, it's like it could have been my monologue, the way that he was talking about his session and how he didn't want to leave down and how he did his best, and that he knows that he can't always win, but he was hoping for better for the day. It's like all the stuff that I would have said, and it's very interesting. Now, I do watch Rampage as well, and he's an okay player. Brad Owen, I think, is a lot better player, and Rampage has got a lot more gamble in him. Brad, I feel, is more disciplined. And then Mariano, also, he's okay. I just don't like his YouTube channel as much, his vlog as much as the other guys. But and then I do watch Daniel Negreanu during the World Series events, but a lot of the year it's a lot of stuff that doesn't really entertain me as much because I'm not that into poker. So a lot of that stuff during the World Series, there's some good content, I feel, and you get to see a lot of his emotion and stuff. And I feel like growing as a person emotionally is important, and seeing other people and how they deal with things makes me kind of pay attention. Also trying to eat a little bit healthier, getting a lot of the sugary stuff out of my diet, and trying to go with more healthy stuff. I drink a lot of water in the evenings, got like a 16-ounce cup, and I probably fill it up 5 or 6 times at night. So anyway, we are just continuing our trip home. It's 30 degrees, which actually feels pretty good. I'm not even wearing a coat now because the temperature is not frigid like it was this morning. It was kind of funny this morning when I poured that water on the windshield, thinking it was actually cool water. It wasn't like hot water that would crack the windshield, but thinking that I was going to be able to clean off the windshield, and then it froze. So anyway, that was my kid calling me, probably wondering what time I'll be home for dinner, and I'm going to give them a call. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.